Picture this: a world dominated by giants. Not in a fantasy novel, but right here on Earth. During the last ice age, we're talking about a time when colossal creatures, the Megafauna, roamed vast, frozen landscapes. Today, we're journeying back to glimpse into these incredible ancient ecosystems. At the heart of this world was the woolly mammoth. Imagine an elephant, but bigger, covered in a thick, shaggy coat of fur, with enormous, curving tusks that could reach over 13 feet long. These weren't just for show. Mammoths used them to sweep away snow to find vegetation underneath, to defend against predators, and even in fights for mates. They were the master gardeners of the Ice Age, shaping the very environment they lived in. Their constant grazing and trampling helped maintain a unique landscape known as the Mammoth Steppe vast. Cold, dry grassland that stretched from Spain all the way across Asia to Canada. This ecosystem was far richer and more diverse than the tundra we see in the Arctic today. But mammoths weren't alone. They shared their world with an all-star cast of other giants. Picture the saber-toothed cat, Smilodon, with its iconic dagger-like canine teeth, perfectly evolved for hunting large prey. These weren't solitary hunters. They likely lived in social groups, like modern lions, working together to take down bison and young mammoths. Then there was the giant ground sloth, Megatherium, an animal the size of a modern elephant that could stand on its hind legs to reach high branches. Despite its intimidating size and massive claws, it was a gentle herbivore. Over in ancient Australia, the story was just as wild. Imagine a wombat the size of a rhinoceros, called a giant short-faced kangaroo that was too heavy to hop and instead walked on 2 feet. And let's not forget the fearsome Megalania, a giant monitor lizard that could grow up to 23 feet long, making it the largest terrestrial lizard to have ever lived. These creatures were part of a unique ecosystem, completely different from what we see in Australia today. So, what happened to all these magnificent beasts? It's a question paleontologists are still working to answer. The end of the last ice age, about 10,000 years ago, brought rapid climate change. As the glaciers retreated and temperatures rose, the Mammoth Steppe began to disappear, replaced by forests and boggy tundra. This massive habitat loss put immense pressure on the megafauna that depended on it. At the same time, another formidable predator was spreading across the globe: humans. Our ancestors were skilled hunters, and there's strong evidence they hunted mammoths and other large animals. The combination of a changing climate and human hunting pressure was likely a 1-2 punch that proved too much for many of these giant species. It was a perfect storm that led to a mass extinction event, wiping out most of the world's Megafauna. The disappearance of these giants had a ripple effect across the entire planet. Without large grazers to maintain the grasslands, forests expanded. The nutrient cycles they drove through their grazing and droppings were disrupted. The world we live in today was profoundly shaped by their absence. By studying these lost worlds, we not only get a fascinating look into the past, but we also gain a better understanding of how fragile ecosystems can be and the powerful role that keystone species like the mammoth play in maintaining them, too. It's a powerful reminder of the deep connections that bind all life on our planet. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this fascinating, don't forget to like this video. Subscribe for more adventures into the past, and hit that notification bell. See you next time.